Yo, this is gonna be a short 10-minute segment, short 10 minutes. So we talking 10 minutes. We're gonna talk Justice League, particularly what people will argue are plot holes, which are more than likely not plot holes. All right, so we're gonna talk about that real quick. Justice League. So let's get into it. I saw Justice League again for a seventh time. Enjoyed myself immensely. Lots of people showed up. At first, there was spaces between the seats, but then that got filled out and people were coming late, so that's why some people filled out before the ads, before the show came out. Place was packed as usual. This time we had a lot of school children, so kids from high school up in their families and stuff like that. It was cool. But that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about potential plot holes, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions. You're going to give me the answers. Now, I said I was going to do another hangout session, which is this one right here. I'm going to have another hangout session probably sometime tomorrow as well concerning Justice League. But let's talk potential plot holes. I'm going to ask y'all some questions. Let me see if you guys can come up with the answers to these questions. And so let's start off with the first question, first thing, right? All right. See if this is a potential plot hole or not. Let's see if you guys got the answers to this. When we first see Steppenwolf, he comes through a boom tube because a mother box opens, and he comes through a boom tube, right? Comes through a boom tube. The next time with the Amazons, they're chasing him down. He looks at the mother box, and a boom tube opens, right? And he goes up through that boom tube. Parademons go inside of the boom tube, and they go up with him, right? Now, here's where somebody might say this is a possible plot hole. Let me see if you guys are thinking. Steppenwolf in that underground tunnel between Metropolis and Gotham, that underground tunnel where they ended up in a section of the tunnel that's underneath Gotham Harbor. Steppenwolf takes that missile, launches it into the side of that tunnel, and water comes in. And Steppenwolf says, "You guys are a distraction. Mother's calling." And he boom tubes out of that tunnel, but he doesn't have a mother box. Think about this now. Is that a plot hole? Because you need a mother box to open a boom tube. That was established because Steppenwolf, when he came through the boom tube, when the mother box was open in Amazon, he said, "Mother is calling." And he talked about how he was in exile for 1,000 years, which is, by the way, a shout out or an Easter egg to the devil being encapsulated and in exile for 1,000 years in the bottomless pit. So it's a shout out to some biblical scripture there. That's kind of cool. But yeah, he said, "You called me mother." That's what he said. The mother box called him. And then he will explain later on in the movie how the mother box called him. The mother box called him because Superman died and the world was filled with fear. And as a result of that, the Atlanteans and the other people being separated, was a perfect time to come back, and Mother Box pinged him, right? As we all know, the Mother Boxes do not come from Earth. They're off worlds. They conquer other worlds using the Mother Boxes. So Steppenwolf was very familiar with these Mother Boxes. So, question. Let me see if you guys are thinking. My question for you guys is, was that a plot hole that Steppenwolf boom tube out of that tunnel between Gotham and Metropolis without a mother box? Let me see if you guys know your stuff or you were following the movie. Is that a plot hole where Steppenwolf boom tubed out of that tunnel in Gotham Harbor when he said mother is calling? How was he able to boom tube out of Gotham Harbor without a mother box? Think about it. And remember, he had just gotten a second mother box, and he was putting both of them into this kind of, I don't know what this thing is, a slab thing. He put one next to the next one. So there was one in the middle, and he put one on one side. All right. And let's go on with this mother box thing, because this mother box thing is very interesting. Is this a plot hole? Steppenwolf is sending scouts to look for the mother box, the third mother box, right? He raises up a scout in front of all of them and says, "Find the last one," right? So he's going to search for that. But if we're not mistaken, the mother boxes seem to be calling Steppenwolf. So is this a plot hole that Steppenwolf has to send a scout to search for the mother boxes? Think about what I'm saying. There's something in the movie that will tell you if you know your stuff, whether that's a plot hole or not. All right. So that's the second question. But let's just deal with the first question. Anybody? Oh, it's okay. Somebody's on there. So let me just go check you guys out because I have not been. But the first question is, when Steppenwolf boom tubed out of underneath Gotham City Harbor in that tunnel, he boom tubed out without a mother box. And we know from the movie, you need a mother box to boom tube anywhere. And he said, mother's calling. So was that a plot hole? And then 2, Steppenwolf sent scouts to try and get the third and last mother box he needed to get. All right. And some people say it's lazy writing that Steppenwolf boom tubed and got the mother box when he did. Okay. Did he need one? Did he need to send a scout to find the mother box? And 2, was it lazy writing when he got the mother box? He was able to boom tube and get that mother box. Think about it now. Let's see if you guys know your stuff by watching the movie. If you guys know your stuff and you're able to pick up on people who may claim these are plot holes, but they're not plot holes. But that's, again, up to you. Let me see if you guys know your stuff. I got another one for you. But we're going to get to that in a minute. All right. So let me see what you guys are saying. I see my viewership is increasing rather rapidly. So let's go see what you guys are saying about that on YouTube. Yep. Yeah. Okay, I go to stream now, right now. Should be seeing my stuff right now. Booyah. Saying live stream is offline. I shouldn't be. Okay. So, okay, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Let me see. Hold on a second, folks. I just need to see what you're saying about those questions. Let me see if you guys can answer those. That's 3 questions I gave you, right? The first one was, how was he able to boom tube out of underneath that tunnel without a mother box with him? And 2, why did he send a scout to get a mother box if the mother boxes were calling him? And 3, was it lazy writing when he went and he got the final mother box? Let's see what you guys got to say. Let me see if you guys really know your stuff from watching the movie. The movie tells you everything, but let's see if you know your stuff. I got another one for you. But just hold on a second there. Let me just get this. Let me get this organized here. Links. What's going on, man? What am I doing wrong? Doing something wrong. Ooh, I got a lot of gas. It's going away, but I got a lot of gas. Links. There you go. What I wanted to get. Give me my links, man. There you go. All right. Woo, we got some people. Missed the last 2 streams, Vegathorn. Glad to be a part of this one. Yes, Vegathorn. Did you hear my questions, though? Did you hear my questions? Oh, yeah. No, I didn't watch the CW crossover of Crisis on Earth X. I'm sorry, man. I'm not really interested in the CW like I am with the DCEU. I'm more of a DCEU person. I'm more about realism. CW is cool and everything. To me, that's more for like kids and stuff. No disrespect to you, buddy, but I'm not really into that. Supergirl and the Flash and CW is not really my thing. That's for, it's just not my thing. It's just what it is. Okay, Vegathorn says, I didn't think it was a plot hole. He can't get all the mother boxes himself. That's why he has an army. Yeah, but okay. Probably you didn't follow what I was saying. Let me just drop the levels here. We drop the levels for a second. All right, so let me go that over because I think some of you guys probably don't understand the details in this thing. Some people are going to say it's a plot hole that Steppenwolf was able to boom tube out of that tunnel between Gotham City and Metropolis without a mother box. You can't boom tube without a mother box. Okay, that's just what it is. This film established that. All right, when the mother box awoke in the Amazonian place, and then that's how Steppenwolf was able to know where it was, and it literally called him. And then they did some kind of signal between Steppenwolf and the mother box, and it boom tubed him down into the Amazonian place, which is a hidden place. You're not supposed to be able to find that place. All right. So the mother box obviously boom tubed him into where it was. All right. And he explained why. Now the question is, Steppenwolf was in the underground tunnel between Metropolis and Gotham, underneath Gotham City Harbor, and he was boom tubed out of that harbor. He did not have a mother box with him. So I pretty much gave you the answer there if you were really listening to me. So if he boom tubed out of that harbor, right? Let me drop this down a little bit. If he boom tubed out of that harbor without a mother box with him, how was he able to do that? You need to have a mother box, right? So how did he do that? That's the question. All right. So what you guys got for an answer? Let me see if you guys know your stuff. With enough prep time, the nerd man. Yeah. All right. Shout out to you. Enough prep time with the nerd man. Where would you rank Justice League in the DCU movies? Well, first I'm asking a question first to you guys that just popped in. So if you popped into this video, I got a question for you because we're dealing with plot holes first. That's the topic. So let me see if you guys know. I can't wait too long with you guys because I gotta go on to do other things, and I gotta go to sleep, quite frankly. So here we are. First plot hole, what people will argue, is Steppenwolf did not boom tube out of that Gotham City Harbor with a mother box. You need to have a mother box to boom tube anywhere. He didn't do that. That's a plot hole. What do you guys have to say to that? That's not an answer, though. If you tell me there are very few plot holes in the Justice League movie, that's not an answer to Steppenwolf boom tubing out from underneath Gotham City Harbor without a mother box. You're supposed to have a mother box to boom tube anywhere. So he didn't have none. So how come how was he able to boom tube out of Gotham City Harbor? Isn't that a plot hole? Anybody got an answer? With enough prep time, he says there are very few plot holes in Justice League movie. Vegathorn says he had one prior. His army could have teleported him out of the harbor. No. That's not how he boom tubed out. All right, let me give you the answer. It's real simple. He says it himself. He says, "You're a distraction. Mother is calling." And so the mother boxes, which were in Bizarnoff, where his base of operations is, they boom tubed him back to there. That's what happened. Okay? That's all that happened, really. So remember, when he was boom tubed into the Amazon's place, into Themyscira, it's the mother box that boom tubed him there. He was wherever he was, and he was boom tubed to wherever he was by the mother box. So it's really simple. It wasn't that complicated. It was the mother box. The two mother boxes were where they were in Bizarnoff, and basically the mother box in Bizarnoff, one of them or both of them, boom tubed him back to Bizarnoff. It's really that simple. All right. So if somebody says, "Oh, that's a plot hole," it's not a plot hole, right? It's not a plot hole. The mother box is the one that called him, first of all, back to Earth in Amazon. So just the mother box called him back to Bizarnoff. So he boom tubed out of the harbor to Bizarnoff. And let me ask you this other question. So the second one is, why did he need the scouts? Why did he need the scouts to find the third mother box? Anybody know? It's real simple. And why was it it was easy for him to access that mother box when the Justice League was there? Enough Preptide says Darkseid or some third party helped him. No, Darkseid didn't help him. He's exiled. He not talking to Darkseid. With Enough Preptide, he's obviously boom tube from Apocalypse. No, he wasn't in Apocalypse either. He was in exile. He said 1,000 years he was in exile. So he hasn't seen Apocalypse yet. He's in exile. He can't go back. If you lose a war, Darkseid would kill your ass if you return. So he had to go into exile. Exile means he didn't go back to Apocalypse. No. So a mother box boom tubes you where it wants to. So the mother box, if you've seen Batman v Superman, it communicated with Steppenwolf, informing him and then calling him back to Earth. All right. If you went and watched the story of this thing, you'll know that Steppenwolf, when he retreated into exile. But before he retreated into exile, he said to all of the people of Earth that he would return, that the Earth, that their unity wouldn't last. The Earth will turn into darkness. And when the Earth turns into darkness, he will return. And so the mother boxes knew when the Kryptonian died, which was Superman, the world turned into fear. And that gave the mother boxes the signal to send to Steppenwolf. And this is what Lex Luthor knew, which is what you saw in BVS, where he was holding the 3 mother boxes and they were going to be brought together. All right. So that's what that was all about. All right. All right. So I ain't got much time, so I got to just keep on going here with you guys, and I'll answer your questions. So somebody was saying that somebody said that what we got? With enough prep time, the nerd man. The thing that pisses me off is the major plot screw up in Justice League. Superman being so OP. Superman makes the whole of the Justice League look like losers. That don't piss me off at all. Actually, that's how Superman's supposed to be. He is the strongest member of the Justice League. That's always been that way. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. And he came back with a mother box. So let me get to it. The darkness being Superman's death. No, the darkness, Vega Thorn. Yeah, Superman died, so that people kind of got hopeless. But as you saw in the beginning of the movie, they got fearful. We got terrorist actions. We had an increase in crime. We had people becoming insensitive and acting more out of fear than anything else. And because of that, that became the darkness. And that fear triggered the mother boxes to signal to Steppenwolf that, yeah, actually, the darkness is Superman's death. You're right. You're right, Vega Thorn. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, the darkness was Superman's death. So what it really happens is the world got into darkness. As soon as the Kryptonian died, the world went into darkness and mourning. And that darkness is what caused the mother boxes to signal straight back to Steppenwolf. And that's what Lex Luthor picked up. You're right. You're correct. But you're not prep time, the nerd man. Superman was proven a more capable fighter than Wonder Woman. Nah, wrong. You're absolutely incorrect there. He wasn't a more capable fighter. He was just much more powerful than Wonder Woman. She is the superior fighter of the two. But she's not as powerful as he is. That's the problem. Superman got another level of power. That's why Steppenwolf was waiting for the Kryptonians. If you remember in the trailer, no Kryptonian, no Green Lanterns, right? He was waiting because all the old gods were dead. So he was waiting on Superman. Once a Kryptonian wasn't there, Kryptonians, okay, for you guys that don't know comic books, apparently you don't. You got the new gods. The new gods are New Genesis and they are Apocalypse. All right. New Genesis will kick Apocalypse's ass. You think Darkseid is bad? You should meet Highfather. Okay. Highfather will kick his ass easy. Okay. So Steppenwolf is in check because of New Genesis. All right. And there's a guy, Steppenwolf's son is Orion. Okay. But he's joined with New Genesis. All right. Just to break down a little something for y'all. Because I think everybody thinks Darkseid is the dude with his Omega beams, but he ain't shit compared to Highfather, okay? It's just what it is. But not going into too much more because I don't know if oh shit, man. Dang it. I forgot the name of it. Highfather, Orion, and New Genesis, right? I don't know if New Genesis might get involved in the next battle. If Darkseid comes through, you know, if New Genesis might be involved in saving Earth through Orion or somebody else, because that happened in the animated series with Superman the animated series. It happened in Justice League, and it also happened in the comics. Okay, so that's how you stave off Darkseid, because Superman, he can't really kill Darkseid. Superman has never killed Darkseid. Darkseid is not killable. You know, I mean, he has been Doomsday kicked his ass, but Steppenwolf stop Doomsday. Just for you guys to understand, it's a kind of triangle thing going on there. Anyways, let's move on here. Yeah, so I asked 3 questions. Let me nail them down. If you guys don't know the answers, it's not a problem. All right. I'm gonna just nail them down, and then we're gonna go into your questions because you guys are flooding me with shit, man. Oh my God, Captain Chur, shout out to you, my brother. We'll come back to that in a minute. We'll come back to you. Oh, you guys got questions. You're flooding this thing. All right, let's just do this. All right, the second one. So how he got out of how he boom tooed out of there was because the mother box called him, and he went back to Biznor I forgot the name of the place, the Russian place. All right. Now, how he found the third and final mother box is because the Flash activated that mother box, woke it up. It wasn't awake. Each of the mother boxes, they awaked in turn, right? The scouts were trying to find that mother box for the longest while. Steppenwolf had been trying to find each of the mother boxes for a millennia. He was in exile and trying to find those mother boxes. He couldn't find them. All right, until one woke up in Amazonia. That woke up after Superman died, and that signaled Steppenwolf was up. Now, I'm gonna get to the Atlantean one in a minute, but just so you guys can go back, watch the movie, and see these things. The final mother box, how he was able to find that mother box, because he was trying to get information about it. How he was able to find it is because when the Flash activated that mother box and woke up Superman, if you notice, when Superman went up in the air with the mother box and the water and everything, right, from the amniotic chamber, the mother box came down and hit a car on Earth, but it was still activated. It was still alive. It was still working. It wasn't sleeping, right? And Superman, now the Justice League was busy fighting Superman, right? They was busy. They forgot about the mother box. Busy fighting Superman. What's the mother box doing if it's awake? What does the mother box do when it's awake? It signals Steppenwolf from Berserk. So that's how he was able to boom. And in fact, it probably called him. So he boom tubed to it. It literally opened the portal and boom tubed him to itself. He got it right back up the road. So that's basically what happened in the movie. Because you have to have a mother box to boom tube anywhere. All right. And that's basically what happened there. Now, that's number 3. So that debunks, there ain't no plot holes there. But here's the third one. There's a fourth one. So let me just go to that because we're dealing with mother boxes. The fourth one was when Aquaman saves this sailor dude. And the sailor dude keeps on saying, monsters, they came from the sky, big cannon sound, right? That's what he said. And you got to ask yourself, that means Steppenwolf and Parademons boom tubed through his boat? That's basically what he was effectively saying. Now, the question is, did that happen when Aquaman realized when he saw on his glass that green blood, which was coming from the Parademons, right? That green blood, he knew something was wrong. And this guy wasn't just talking, right? Wasn't just repeating things for no reason. It seemed as though something boom tubed through his boat. So from that, Aquaman went into the sea and he started heading to Atlantis. Now, what you have to understand, there are two times in this movie when we actually are going back into time. And now I'm not talking about like a flashback. I'm talking about back into time, shifting back into time. And 2 of those moments in the movie I noticed was one with Cyborg when he was hearing Alfred talk about how Victor Stone was recently deceased. And that was a flashback to where Alfred was talking to Bruce Wayne inside of the plane as they were flying back to Wayne Manor. And he was explaining the members of the team, and he was talking about Flash being accessible. This is in the beginning of the movie. And this world. So now we are actually going backwards in the time when we see Cyborg, he's resting, and he hears Alfred say that. So similarly, when we see Aquaman swimming to where Mira and they are, it's not actually after. It's after he saves the guy, yes. But when Steppenwolf boom tubes into Atlantis, because the mother box opens up for him to boom tube there, it actually happened when the guy, the fishing guy, okay, the fishing guy was fishing. So he actually boom tubed through that guy's fishing boat, which is why the blood was on his thing. It seems to kill a couple of parademons in the process of doing so. So Steppenwolf alone came through. And what's interesting is this. You see Aquaman swimming to it. He wasn't there until quite a moment after Steppenwolf had beaten up a couple people, and then he makes it to the place. Now, Aquaman can swim really, 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 really fast. You pretty much realize that. So it didn't take him that long to get back to Atlantis, as we see. And once he got there, he tackled Steppenwolf. So it was a little difference in time in the movie, I realized, and that ties everything together. So there's no plot hole for the guy who talks about the wreckage with his ship, and Aquaman getting to the site where Steppenwolf's still there fighting the Amazon, the different people, Mira and they. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. So I just wanted to talk about those few plot holes. There are a bunch of other plot holes people will discuss, like for instance the origin of parademons and what's the relevance to them carrying the 3 mother boxes symbols on them, and you know, because they would say, well, it's a plot hole because they're saying that, you know, Steppenwolf basically kills people and they rise back up as parademons. So why didn't the Amazons rise back as parademons after Steppenwolf killed them with his axe? And the parademons that come back to life, why do they carry the mother box sign on them? That's a good question, right? Plot hole. I'll leave you guys to figure that out because I already know what it is. I watched the movie so many times, I kind of know. I always troubleshoot. Okay, so let's see where the plot holes are. All right, let me get to your questions real fast. Let's go. Vega Thorn. Okay, nope. Enough prep time. Superman was proven a more capable fighter than one of. I tackled that already. No, he's not. He's not. He's more powerful than her, but he ain't more. He's not a better fighter than she is. She's the best. The best fighter on that team is Wonder Woman. That's why she was leading the team. She's tactically the best leader. She can fight the best. Batman. Notice Batman didn't engage Steppenwolf at any point in time. It was the members of the team was engaging Steppenwolf. Batman was taking on a parademon or two, but he wasn't trying to tackle Steppenwolf. Okay. Without enough prep time, the Nerdman. Superman was proven to be faster than Flash. No. At no time do we see Superman is faster than Flash. That hasn't happened. Not even in this movie. He can keep step with the Flash. He can keep step with him. He's quick like that. But and that's the Flash who doesn't know yet how to fully use the Speed Force. He's now at the end of the movie. You see him really. He kind of looks like he's lost his form, but he's really trying hard to go as fast as he can. That's basically what you saw. That's why he was racing Superman after, because Superman inspired him to get faster. Vega Thorn. Flash became a capable fighter over the course of the film. Yeah, he's still pushing people and running away, but yeah, I agree. He's learning. He's got a ways to go. I'd love to see him in the next movie he's in, whatever that is. Vega Thorn. It was a tie. You mean the race? They didn't show the end of the race, so we don't know what happened. With enough prep time, the Nerdman. Superman is not the most powerful member of Justice League. If you read Justice League properly, the Flash is the most powerful. No. No. That's just not true. So anybody tells you the Flash is the most powerful, no. No. The Flash is not the most powerful, but the Flash can do a lot of stuff. You know, he can go through time and he can change things, but he's not the. How can you say the Flash? The Flash. All of the Flash has going for him is his speed, and he can vibrate real quick. And that's a hell of a thing. But I'm just saying, he's not the most powerful. No. With enough prep time, the Nerdman. That much weaker than Superman? You mean the Justice League? Superman, okay. You know what? Go read the comics. Superman can take on the entire Justice League and hang with them. Right? So what you saw, Zack Snyder did that, by the way. What you saw where Superman, where the whole league was attacking Superman to restrain him, it just shows how, that's why they had to use Lewis, you know, and that goes back to Batman's Dream in BVS. They used Lewis as the key to really fill back out Superman's soul, because he forgot completely. He came back as a god, and you realize Superman, he just rose off the ground, started fighting everybody and just taking everybody on, you know. And Lewis, when you look, I think I did this in a video, Lewis brought him back down to humanity. He remembered her, and that's how he was able to pretty much focus back in and kind of recap and start to pull back who he was. Otherwise, he'd have been worse than Steppenwolf. He'd have been a demon. It would have been a problem. And that's what Wonder Woman was talking about. You know, coming back with technology, you may not have a soul, and Batman catered for that. Captain Sure, Superman was powerful in BVS, and that, where are we? I don't even know where I am now. Sorry about that. Where are we? Dang, you guys said so much stuff. Superman was powerful. Captain Church, shout out to you, Captain Church. Superman was powerful in BVS, and that was a Superman that was bloodlust for a bit. So, of course, he would exert more power than usual. Okay. Trying to understand what you said. Superman was powerful in BVS. Yes, he was. But, you know, you can get awakened by kryptonite, right? And that was a Superman that was bloodlust for a bit. Superman bloodlust? I don't understand. He wasn't bloodlust. I don't remember Superman ever being bloodlust. Superman is not dying to kill people. Batman was bloodlust. Batman was he was dark, man. So of course he would exert more power than usual. I'm not quite sure I follow you. I don't understand what you're trying to say. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, she can fight Superman. Wonder Woman should be able to fight Superman with her warrior skills. Yeah, she can hang with him a little bit. She can hang with him a little bit, but I mean, in the comics, man, she gets, I mean, Superman backhands her, punches her down into the ground, just like how he slammed her into the ground. He headbutted her in this one. I mean, Superman's just that much more powerful than she is. He's the, like they said, he's the power of a planet. And now the mother box just enhanced that shit. So he's really, really freaking strong. And you saw how big Steppenwolf was. And he was just treating him like a bitch. I mean, he was treating him like a rag doll. You saw what he did to Batman. You saw what he just tossed Batman away like he was a toy. Okay. And Batman was like in a heap on the ground. That was some serious shit, man. Batman takes some serious knocks, man. He's a tough sucker, but Superman would have killed him easy if Lois Lane wasn't there. He'd snap him like a twig. And he'd lift him up into the sky like if he was a god. You know, he was like, you know, telling him, do you bleed? Oh my God. He remembered what Batman, the animosity of Batman, that can register with him. Dang, man, y'all don't understand. You don't want Superman to be evil because the world will be in serious shit. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. Also, if you watch the film closely, the film is saying that Superman is more powerful than the Greek gods, lanterns, Amazonians, Atlanteans combined, since he takes Steppenwolf almost single-handedly. No. We're not saying that. It's not saying that at all. You remember the Greek gods, the lanterns, the Amazonians, and the Atlanteans faced a Steppenwolf with an entire army. That's what you are forgetting. All right. This Steppenwolf is trying to be more crafty. And it's just basically it was just, you know, it was just the Justice League going up against him, but you know, he was beating up the whole entire Justice League. He was gonna run the show. Superman ambushed him. And do you realize there were no Kryptonians when the Greek gods, lanterns, Amazonians, and Atlanteans faced Steppenwolf? No Kryptonians. Remember, Kryptonians also used to go to worlds and terraform them and stuff. Okay, and for those people who don't know, Krypton got annihilated, but shit, Steppenwolf. If you don't know the comic books, it's okay. But Steppenwolf and Darkseid, they never messed with the Kryptonians. Kryptonians around, they know they're gonna get checked for it. All right. And so the fact is Steppenwolf did not beat the Greek gods. The Greek gods, when Zeus hit him with the thunderbolt, that was it. It was all over. When Artemis, and it's Artemis, I thought it was Athena, but it's Artemis. When Artemis shot an arrow, she blew up Steppenwolf's carriers. You know, the gods are they real powerful. And you saw Ares come through and slash him on the arm. Now, Steppenwolf can take punishment. And if you notice, Superman didn't kill Steppenwolf, right? Nobody kills Steppenwolf. He's very, very powerful like that. But at the same time, I mean, you know, Superman ain't no joke, people. And in the comics, he takes down Steppenwolf even without his powers, man. Superman was stripped of his powers on a red sun. Steppenwolf carried him to a red sun planet and fought him there. And Superman still whooped his ass. And I'm just saying, Superman is plenty powerful. He's plenty powerful. That's why he's called Superman. So we saw the Superman we deserve to see. And Zack Snyder took his time and built it up. It was an experience at the first time. The second time, he had to contain himself, restrain himself, deal with a planet that, you know, didn't really appreciate him. died. When he was resurrected, man, he was much stronger. And that shit was off the charts. Superman is bad. I mean, now Superman can face Darkseid. The Superman from BVS, he couldn't face Darkseid. He couldn't face Darkseid. I mean, Doomsday was a bad boy as well. But I mean, Darkseid, Superman can now be some kind of level of a threat to Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? And Wonder Woman keeps going coming. You can beat her up as much as you want. She keeps coming. So with enough prep time to nerve it. Yet a whole army in ancient times could not take out Steppenwolf. Oh, they took him out. They pushed his armies back. What are you talking about? Superman has never been that strong. Dude, go read a comic. Oli JL. Hey, my brother. Yeah, Oli. What's up, man? With enough prep time to nerd, man. He retracted his statement. He retracted his next statement. Oli JL. Heard that Darkseid is in a deleted scene. Don't really care, because I thought that this movie was good without Darkseid. I think they should save Darkseid for down the road anyway. So it can always have the footage they have for Darkseid in another movie, and that would be cool. I think having Darkseid in this movie would have been a tad too much, in my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. Vega Thorn, cool. Dave Ethan, yo, brother. Yo, Dave Ethan. Man, got a lot of people rolling up in this. I was just trying to make this in 10 minutes. It's looking like it'll take an hour. Enough prep time. This is a major plot hole. What's a major plot hole? You didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, tell me what the plot hole is. Oli JL. Let me see where we at. Okay, Oli JL. Tell me, Sam, how many times you watched the movie? Man, I watched it 7 times. I just watched it tonight, man. It's dope. This dumb movie is the shit. It's the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how else to say this, but I really enjoyed that movie, man. Oli JL, dude, calm down. There isn't that much people in the chat. Okay, whatever you say, buddy. Captain Chur, what do you mean? Superman effortlessly throws a compacted neutron star a billion light years away in the comics. Exactly. Tell him for me, please, Captain Chur. This dude, Superman's, that's why he's called Superman. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he has to have a young son next to him. If he's got a red son, you know, he's not going to do that well. But yeah, he's plenty strong. Captain Chur. Okay, that was for him. Oli JL. Why are you calling your name? I don't know. Damn, how much you guys just keep on talking. With enough prep time to nerd, man, the Flash can move several times the speed of light. He can punch with the power of a dwarf star. He can literally travel through time. It's his most powerful. At his most powerful, Superman can't touch Flash. Well, I mean, speed-wise, he can do that. He got to build up momentum to do it. You know, it's not that easy for him to just do that. But like I said before, when it comes to power-wise, Superman's on a whole other level. You know, the Flash, he can travel through time, so that works in his advantage. That don't make you more powerful than Superman. If the Flash, if he's still, Superman beats his ass, and all Superman got to do is freeze him. I mean, he could vibrate through the ice, but he just needs to freeze him for a fraction of a second. Superman's pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? So the Flash is still a human. He's still killable. Superman's not that. Superman's almost unkillable. You see what I'm saying? He's almost unkillable. This is so much to Superman, man. It's not funny. That's why he is the inspiration for the Justice League. He's the big man. He's the dude. He's the center of the Justice League. He's called Superman for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Zill Nation, do you think Watchmen show will be connected to the DCEU? Yes, I told you so. No, the Watchmen TV show. No. I don't think so. Nah. DCEU needs to roll on though for that to be. But Watchmen the movie, yeah, they're connecting it. You can see they're connecting the dots. They did it in Suicide Squad, the smiley face, etc. They want you to know, yeah, the Watchmen got something to do with this. Vega Thorn. I have a legitimate question. How did Clark know Bruce's identity before they fought in BVS? He never peeked under the mask, so how did he know his identity? He walks up and says, Bruce, I was wrong. Because of Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor told him. Captain Chirp. And Flash cannot hurt Supes the way you think. Supes' durability is far superior to that of Darkseid. Of course, that's what I'm saying. Power-wise, the Flash can't hang with Superman. He just can't. You know, he's got speed. That's his thing that he's got for him. Superman's on a whole other level of power. You know, Flash can travel through time, but he then creates an alternative timeline. Yeah, that too. Exactly. Zill Nation. Superman has X-ray vision to see through Batman's mask. Zill Nation. Yeah, but he has to focus in to use the X-ray vision. In other words, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. He should have probably used his X-ray vision to see who Batman was. I get that. And that's a good point. It's a pretty valid point, I think. Except for this. Superman is so powerful. What was Bruce Wayne going to do to him anyway? What was Batman going to do to him anyway? You know what I'm saying? And remember, it wasn't about anyhow you take it. Even if Superman knew it was Bruce Wayne, even if he knows it's Bruce Wayne, right? So what? What's Bruce Wayne going to do to him? He warns Bruce Wayne, put away the bat. Don't be being Batman no more, right? The next time he sees Bruce Wayne, or Batman, shall I say, is on that tower where Bruce Wayne has been biding his time, and then he becomes Batman one more time. Okay. And he's working on the kryptonite stuff while Superman's busy trying to deal with that herring scene where there's a big explosion and stuff. So Superman doesn't have him in his mind. So even if he knew Batman is Bruce Wayne, he threatened him. He said, hey, hang up that cape, man. Because we don't know if he saw through him and said, hey, he's watching at Bruce and he's like, hang up the cape, buddy. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this a warning. So he could have seen it was Bruce. It doesn't matter. Right? At the end of the day, Bruce was intent on getting at him. And while he was busy, Superman was busy with other affairs because he had warned Bruce. You know what I'm saying? He had warned Bruce about that. Bruce was busy doing the kryptonite spear. So it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whether he saw him and knew he was Bruce before, or he saw him afterwards when Lex Luthor was talking, and Lex Luthor was referring to Bruce again. Either way how you look at it, Clark wasn't engaged with that. He was on some other thing. He was dealing with the hearings and stuff, and then he was depressed that he didn't save the people. So when he came back, saved Lois Lane, you got to follow what Clark was having. And then Lex Luthor starts talking about how he chained up Bruce Wayne and stuff. Clark's like, and he wants Clark to go fight Bruce Wayne. It really doesn't matter that whether you say Bruce Wayne or whether you say Batman, it doesn't matter. Clark still has to go and talk to Bruce anyway, because Bruce is not in the forefront of his mind. Right? And Bruce doesn't know that Clark is Superman. Bruce doesn't know that. Whether Clark knows that Bruce is, well, Clark obviously knew Bruce was Batman. So it doesn't matter if it's Lex Luthor telling him it or he knew it from afterwards. Because remember, Clark investigates Batman and then he sees Batman face to face. And that's where he threatens him, right? So at the end of the day, he did his homework. He saw who Batman is. If he realizes Batman is Bruce, fine. He threatens Bruce and goes his way. In other words, he's telling Bruce, put away that cape. Either way, he thinks he has dealt with the situation. He's moving on to other serious things that he has to get himself involved in. And that's the long and short of that. You know what I'm saying? So it really isn't the plot hole, if you really think about it. Let's see what else we got here real quick. Superman has X-ray vision to see through Batman's mask. Yes. Zill Nation says, I think Steppenwolf will be upgraded to face the Justice League again. That's what I think, because I like how Joss Whedon did this. He left it a little bit open-ended. And I love how the parademons surrounded him. That's just like in the animated series. The parademons surrounded Superman. Actually, it surrounded Superman, and they were feeding on Superman in Superman the animated series. So I felt like that was a callback to that, how they did it so wonderfully, you know. And Steppenwolf, he was being feeded upon as they formed a bowl upon him. But yeah, he could return. They left it open ended, so we don't know if he's alive or dead at the end, which is nice. I like that instead of a definitive ending where Darkseid kills Steppenwolf or something like that. That's kind of takes the fun out of it. And you know, Steppenwolf was like Captain Ahab, so it's funny when you hear Aquaman say Captain Ahab here. He may be a little delusional, so it's kind of funny to see them throw in the Ahab clause when Steppenwolf is Ahab. He's the one trying to get revenge and get his place back in the pantheon of the new gods. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, Wonder Woman has seriously messed up a bloodlusted Superman using tactics, and she has never been that much weaker than Superman. I can show you source after source. She's not as powerful, but she's close. No, she's not. She's not close to Superman's power. It's just what it is. All right. She's never been able to stop Superman because she's never been as powerful as he is. She's been skilled. She uses her skill. And that's the thing you got to understand. She's skilled. Her main competition, who she's kind of like on a power level with, she's a little bit weaker than, is Aquaman. Aquaman's strong. Aquaman's pretty powerful. You saw he was actually going toe to toe Steppenwolf, and they started tag teaming his ass. And, you know, he was the one that punched Steppenwolf. He hit him with the whatever that thing is, a pentaton, whatever it is, and then he punched him. And then Wonder Woman hit him with her power that she emits from her body. She hit him with that. So they tag teamed him, and then Superman came with him and punched him down to earth, hit him with the heat vision, then threw him away. And that gave them enough time to separate the mother boxes because Steppenwolf his ass was beat up. Yeah, and that's Superman. For those of you who don't know how powerful Superman is, well, now you know. Okay, but Wonder Woman, when it comes to fighting, she's bad, man. She's a badass, and she don't stop. She don't stop. You can beat her up, and she'll laugh, like what happened with Doomsday. Doomsday kicked her back, she smiled, and she just went back into battle because she's relentless. That's the thing about Wonder Woman. She don't stop, and if she's gonna kill you, she will kill you. Superman less likely to kill you, beat your ass up, but he will probably not kill you. Wonder Woman, she'll kill you. She doesn't want you sticking around. It's bad. Thorn. By peaked, I mean use X-ray vision. There's no evidence, as far as I saw, that he did that to know Bruce's identity as Batman. I can't really say. I have to actually go and watch BVS again to tell you, because maybe he knew it was Bruce because he said the bat is dead, bury it. So if he says the bat is dead, bury it, then he's talking to someone who's playing the bat, which means you can assume that he's talking to Bruce. He's actually talking to Bruce. I'm just saying. So, you know, take it for it as you may. Joanne Lewis. What's up, man? Yeah, Joanne, how's everything, man? They got to see what's really up, because I think some people don't realize that, you know, it was a plan to try and bring this movie down. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. I've read plenty of comics. Thanks for answering the questions. Yeah, man. Well, you know, I'm just saying, man, it doesn't really matter. You know, you do what you do, bro. I'm just saying, though, Superman has always been stronger than Wonder Woman. Plenty stronger. But she's a badass. She can fight. It is one thing Wonder Woman can do. She can fight. She trained for thousands of years to fight. She knows how to fight, okay? So when it comes to fighting, Wonder Woman ain't gonna back down. Superman killed Wonder Woman in one of the comics. Killed her. You know, just saying. She busted up his eyes, and he still killed her ass. So Superman, I mean, it's probably an Elseworld thing. I can't remember, but he killed her because he's that strong. But she can fight. And remember, the Amazons, they don't just depend on strength to beat your ass. They use other methods, right? And in this version, Wonder Woman's a god too. She's like one of the old gods. But just because you're a god doesn't mean that you know, the different levels of power with gods and different things different gods do. So, you know, I'm just saying. Captain Chirp, Superman and Superboy Prime, where altering reality in their fight shattered the cosmos. There you go. There's a lot of stuff, man. Superman went to the end of the universe to find Darkseid, and there's just all kinds of you know, extraordinary stuff in the DC comics. He went to the source, I think it was to the source he went. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. God bless. All right, man. Catch you later. Dave, Ethan, do. Yeah, man. I went and saw the movie the 7th time. I was just asking some questions concerning the movie with regards to plot holes. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. Flash travels through time, kills Superman. Lol. Okay. But how is he going to kill Superman? That's the thing. You can travel through time, but how are you going to kill him? He's not killable. Like, what are you going to use? Where are you going to get the kryptonite from? You got to find kryptonite. Maybe he has to go back to Krypton when Krypton existed, get a piece of kryptonite from Krypton, come back through time, and then go and stab Superman with it. And he better have a lot of strength to stab Superman with that thing too. And he better stab him good when he's a child, just born. Okay, when he comes to Earth, oh, you can stab him on Krypton. I mean, but that's the only way I think he kills Superman. You got to kill him when he's young or something. But Superman's skin is tough, man. And you got the strength of a Kryptonian to really run that through his skin, you know, and all that stuff. I'm just saying. On a serious note, though, Flash in many iterations is shown to be more powerful than Superman. He isn't as skillful at using his powers as Superman. I don't know about more powerful, though. I don't know about more powerful. I just don't agree with that. Superman is the most powerful member of the Justice League, just what it is. It's always been that way, as far as I know. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, look at the stuff Reverse Flash can do. If Flash had this, you know what? You probably watching too much Flash TV shows on the CW. Maybe Flash is your favorite character, but buddy, you can't change history. You understand? Reverse Flash can do all kinds of things. The Flash can do all kinds of things. That's all well and good. When it comes to dealing with Superman, they can't handle him. They got speed and all of that, but they can't handle Superman. The Flash has certain abilities, and they work in his favor, right? But when it comes to sheer power, if the Flash ain't running and if he ain't moving fast, he's easy meal. You get what I'm saying? And Superman has multiple ways to freeze you up and slow you down. That's what I'm trying to say. And he's quick enough to take advantage of that time when you slow down. That's what I'm trying to say. Flash needs to get into moving. He needs to move and move rapidly. That's the thing that the Flash needs to do. And that's where he's going to lose out. He's quick. Don't get me wrong. Do you know that Mr. Majestic is only here that can measure to Superman at full power, and he's a Wildstorm DC character? Well, there's also Shazam. He's very powerful as well, you know, and he's been a threat to Superman. So you got Shazam as well. I guess you could say Black Adam to some degree as well. So you got all those guys that you can think about that, you know, could hang with him a little bit. So are you trying to tell me this Wonder Woman isn't weaker than the one in the comics who can fly? Just because you can fly, that makes you strong? I'm just saying. This Wonder Woman is stronger than the one in the comics. Stronger. And flight has nothing to do with strength. Aquaman's stronger than Wonder Woman. So what? He swims. Just saying. She'd probably move faster than him on land, but he swims. He's stronger than her. That's just what it is. Vega Thorn. Can the DCU Wonder Woman fly? No. I think we got our answer. I don't think she can fly. She can glide or something. She can glide, like jump off a ledge and glide on air, but she can't fly. Can't just fly up in the air and stuff like that. And will Superman ever go around the Earth and go back in time? I don't think so. No, I don't think he can time travel. Remember, the Flash, he uses the Speed Force to go through time. Superman, on the other hand, can't do that. No, clearly can't do that. And he's not as fast as the Flash. Flash is still faster than him, but he can hang with him for a little bit. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. That was an Elseworld. Wonder Woman has sliced Superman's neck, broken his arm, while he was trying to kill her in continuity. She has broken his neck. She's never broken his arm. Yes, she has broken his arm. Yes, I think so. In one of the comics, I think that happened. That's the comic. I think he killed her. Joe and Lewis, I placed some stuff in the Facebook page to get people hyped up. Nice, nice. Keep it going, brother. Keep it going, because I can't do nothing. So you just keep it going and let people share it. Share it in other groups, whatever. You know, I got some stuff for you, but we're going to do it one step at a time. With enough prep time, Superman is my favorite character, followed by Wonder Woman. But I've read a lot of Flash comics. Yeah, Flash is easy to defeat if you can catch him, but you can't catch him. That's what you say. He's a human being. He has to sleep. He has to do a lot of things. So yes, you can catch the Flash. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. So you think Shazam can beat Wonder Woman? Duh. Do I think? I know. That doesn't mean he would beat her hands down. Again, like I said before, she's straight up a good fighter. She can fight. So, and she's powerful. This Wonder Woman is much more powerful than the one in the comics. So I can't say that Shazam would hands down beat her. He's not as experienced a fighter as she is. And that's the thing going for her. And she's the longest living character in the DCEU. She's seen it all. So it's not just see, like she's fighting Steppenwolf, right? And if you notice, with time, she's getting better and better, and she's getting better at fighting him. He was beating her ass in the beginning, but as she fights him, she gets better and better at her fighting of him. Oh snap, it's midnight already. I can't believe it. I gotta stop, guys. Let me just finish off your questions here. Hell yeah, prep time. Shazam has the power of the Greek gods and the strength of the god of strength, Hercules. So yes, he's the magic Superman right now, but not equal in fighting abilities. Correct. With enough prep time, Wonder Woman carried a third of the Earth in comics. DCU Wonder Woman is nowhere near the strength of comics or combat skill. Trust me on that. Wrong. Once again. Will Ben Affleck stay as Batman? I don't know, Vegathon. That's a good question. Because I heard Jake Gyllenhaal may replace him. So I heard too. But I can't really say. What I can say is Ben Affleck is a hell of a Batman. And especially an older Batman. I really enjoyed his performances. Oh, man, that dude. And all the different suits and all the different toys and just the attitude of Batman, you know. So I forgot what her name is. She was in the last hangout and she was talking to me about how Batman, you know, he has this weird sense of humor. So at the end of the movie, I don't think people picked it up because I didn't. Where Batman says, "Now she's glad," and Wonder Woman kind of looks at him like she stares at him kind of a little bit angry, and then she kind of smiles. I didn't realize he was throwing something back at her, like, you know, you didn't have confidence in me about Superman. You was all pissed about that. Now you glad that he's there, you know? That's Batman. Okay. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. Wonder Woman truth lassos him, makes him say Shazam, kills Billy. That's how she kills Shazam. Wonder Woman is a sick warrior. Oh yeah, she's bad, man. She's a badass. She's a badass, man. She's a badass. She doesn't back down. She'll be, if she fighting your ass and she getting beat up, she just be happy. She'll be like, I gotta fight, you know, worthy opponent. And she will fight your ass until she beats you. Vegathorn, I hope he stays, man, but he's giving me that vibe that he may leave. Yeah. Well, you know, he's old as well. And that training, man, is, you know, a hell of a thing. You get injuries and stuff. So, you know, but man, I love that opening scene in Justice League. It's just crazy, man. It's off the charts. I saw it again. And it's funny how the guy gets tied up and he's hopping around and he's talking about aliens and stuff. I thought it was so funny because I thought Batman left him alone. You know, I thought he let him to go with the, no, man, he tied him up. That was so funny there. Yeah, let me just get you guys with one more thing. I can't believe it's 12 o'clock in the night. Shoot, that's not good for me, health wise. But anyway, let me hit you with one more thing. Possible plot hole somebody might talk to you about. So, like I was saying before, Aquaman rescues this guy. No, I think I talked about that already. Sorry, my bad. Another plot hole. Yeah, here's a plot hole. And somebody can clearly say this is a plot hole, even though it's connected with BVS. This is a plot hole in the movie. All right, I'll tell you why. And it actually is a plot hole. Where Wonder Woman says to Batman, she says to him, what about the other one, Victor Stone? Now, if she had said, what about the other one, it would have been cool. But she said Victor Stone. And the only way you're going to know that she knows that Batman is looking at the other one, which is Victor Stone, is because he sent her the email with the different metahumans in Batman v Superman. We didn't get none of that in this movie. Now, we know that she knew that Victor Stone was stalking them, watching them, so she could see him. So I understand that part. So if she had said, what about the other one? That would have been cool. But she said, what about the other one, Victor Stone? She could have never known about who Victor Stone is. If you're dealing with this as a standalone movie, she would have never known who that guy was. She couldn't know him by name. So obviously they cut out a part of the movie where Batman was discussing with her about recruiting the different members. They obviously cut that out, and Joss Whedon didn't smooth it out enough. He made it, he kind of left a little hole right there. It's a minor thing, but it's still something. You still follow the movie. But if you ask yourself, how did Diana know that the guy that she was watching follow them was Victor Stone? She couldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? She can just know that. So I think they made a little mistake there. That's a plot hole right there. Bigathorn. Sorry to keep you up, man. That's all right, man. It's okay. But enough prep time to nerd, man. Well, I agree with you on your last point. Yeah, she can kick ass, man. She's bad. She's bad. With enough prep time to nerd, man. Love the movie, by the way. Man, I love this movie. I really do. I have so much still to say about this movie. I really love this movie. It keeps me, and it had so much action. It wasn't like BVS. BVS didn't really have a whole bunch of action. When Superman fought Batman, there was some action there, and then it stopped. And I love the action. I love the choreography and everything. But they left everything for the third act, and they just had this big old bonanza of action, right? This movie had action all the way through it. I mean, the beginning was very serious, had a serious tone. As the movie moved on, the tone kind of lightened up. Yet the seriousness of the movie, this movie wasn't a funny hee ha ha movie. It wasn't. I mean, The Flash was probably the most comical of them all when it comes to humor. He again, all the characters, they're not trying to be funny. It's just the situations are funny, right? So The Flash steals the show. Of course, everybody, almost every time, it's guaranteed. Even you can see the movie a million times. It's guaranteed you're going to chuckle when The Flash says, "Stop right there." I'm in. It's just funny. It's funny. And of course, when he sees Superman matching him for speed, that is hilarious. I mean, it's scary, but it's hilarious at the same time. And I thought that, future movies of the DCEU. Well, here's what's happening. Even though things are turning around for this movie, even though we're not seeing it yet in the domestic box office, things are turning around for this movie. We have to keep on. If you really like this movie, you got to express it. Those of you who can write little blogs and blog about it and put stuff up on YouTube, you just have to talk. You just can keep the buzz on this movie because it's really a good movie. It's a solid movie, man. I love it, man. And I love what Joss Whedon did in this movie. I'm going to be truthful to you. Joss Whedon did a lot of serious stuff in this movie. People saying that Joss Whedon added jokes and spiked it up. I didn't really see that. The only joke I think he used that he spiked it up with was Aquaman. All right. I think Zack Snyder was going for humor anyway with Aquaman anyway. But most of the moments when Joss Whedon put his little touch in there were serious moments for the most part. When Superman was talking to Batman, "Do you bleed?" and "You don't let me live, you don't let me die." That was Joss Whedon that did that little piece there. Where he was talking to Lois Lane again in that Smallville scene. again, that was Joss Whedon did that little piece in there. Um, Wonder Woman talking to Batman when he had damaged his shoulder. That was Joss Whedon putting in that leap. So little pieces in there. It was Zack Snyder mostly, but Joss Whedon touched up inside of there, and he also touched up in the scene where Diana is talking to Steve Trevor. Where Steve Trevor is mentioned, right? That scene there where they have a conflict. I think Joss Whedon include. Did Steve Trevor tell you that? He put in that part right there. The rest was Zack Snyder, I think. So you know, there's all of this little touches, just little touches Joss Whedon be doing. And not always fully, like with even if they altercated with Superman and the Justice League, he's put in little touches where you can see, okay, this Joss Whedon right here, Joss Whedon right here, and they're not funny moments. That's what I like about it. It's not funny moments. The moment where the Flash sees Superman and his eyes get big in his head, and that funny moment is Zack Snyder. Yes, folks, that was Zack Snyder did that moment. So I understand why Ezra Miller was saying that Zack's mainly the Joss Whedon dude actually in this thing. The humor is mostly Zack Snyder. Joss Whedon wasn't really doing a lot of humor. He's actually dialing it back most of the time. It's just really one of those interesting things where you get two directors together and they're almost doing the opposite of what they usually are known for doing. And people are actually misreading it and thinking Joss Whedon was there to lighten up the movie. Yeah, he was there to lighten up the movie. Don't get it twisted. He was there for that. But actually, he dealt with much more of the serious moments in the movie than comedy. And to Joss Whedon's defense, I now saw it. It was so fast, I didn't see it. But I went back and I watched it in slow motion. I need to get a DVD of this movie so I can play it in slow motion. I can see more things because this stuff just kind of flashes in front of your face and it's gone. You know, the movie moves really fast, so you don't get to examine every single thing you want to see on the screen. So I had to slow it down to see different things. But one of the things is the Flash. What happened was I didn't notice it, but now I see what it was. The Flash, he saw the Nightcrawler falling down. And he jumps out of the way, and then he realizes Wonder Woman's in the way, so he tackles her and knocks her from underneath the falling Nightcrawler that hits the ground, and then Steppenwolf comes falling down after. And it's really interesting because I thought he just dropped, he stumbled and fell on top of her. No, he tackled her, and he ended up on top of her, and then he jumped off as quickly as he could and tried to look away. And she was wondering why she was lying down for a minute, and then she got up. So it wasn't really that bad. I prefer if it wasn't in there still, just because I respect Wonder Woman like that. But you know, I get it now. I get it. Flash is really quick too. Yeah. So I would love to do a discussion on the future movies of the DCU. Not tonight though. That'll take too long. If Justice League makes box office, Vega, yeah, man, it just needs to make box office, and it's too good a movie not to make box office. The people who came in to see the movie tonight, they had a ball. Of course, they were mostly high school kids, but they're with their families. And people always crack up on certain parts of this movie, man. They crack up when the Flash says, "I'm in." They cracked up when the Flash paint the guy's face, and that could have been a Joss Whedon moment. Maybe, maybe not. I can't tell you. I can't really tell you. I know that Joss Whedon had to do reshoots because the guy that was playing Superman's sidekick in Superman 1978, he was the office guy in there. So there was some kind of reshoot. And so it could have been that Zach did the Flash painting the guy's face, and then afterwards Joss Whedon re-edited it so that the prison guard guy who says, you know, I'm trying to look very smart with glasses and stuff and whatever he said, he put that in. You can never know. You know, I think these guys collaborated so nicely. It's so nicely woven in. Sometimes I can't tell where Joss Whedon did something that Zach did, unless I knew from reports that Joss Whedon did this and Joss Whedon did that. But for the most part, Joss Whedon and Zach, man, they work really well together. They work really well together. That was a nice little combination. It's sad that there's all this infighting and squabbling over it, because I thought that Whedon and Snyder, they worked good together as a team, and this final product is man, it's beautiful. I appreciate it more and more the more I watch it, and it gets better and better. If Justice League makes okay, Vega Thorn. Regardless, Aquaman is still coming, so a discussion on that could be done. Your call. I'll be coming back to discuss either way. Okay, Aquaman will make it to the box office. Here's the thing. This is why Justice League is so important to do well. If Justice League flops or it barely does well, that's going to take away the interest in Aquaman. No matter what people say, it's going to take away interest from Marvel. That's why Justice League needs to do well. It just has to get past $1 billion. And it's not impossible, but it needs to do that. It has to. It has to get past $1 billion. Otherwise, this Aquaman project is just going to go down the tubes. Trust me. Because Justice League was supposed to kind of boost the Flash, boost Aquaman, and boost Cyborg. They're the next generation. And we're supposed to get their movies next. So it's very important. It's very important. It's very important. Justice League does well. It's going to impact Aquaman. It's going to impact Wonder Woman. It's going to impact everybody. So it's important this Justice League movie does well. That's why I'm trying to explain to people, the people yelling about Zack Snyder. I don't even know why you need a Zack Snyder cut. To be honest with you, I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Why do we need a Zack Snyder cut? Honestly, this is good. And we didn't need an earth-shattering movie for Justice League. We just needed an entertaining movie. We got it. So, and to me, it's very, very good because I've gone to see Justice League more than I've went to see Man of Steel. Man of Steel was my second highest viewing movie because I had to see it so many times. With Justice League, I went to see this movie 7 times. There's one time more than what's the name of the movie? Than Man of Steel. And Man of Steel was a damn fine movie too. That's what got me into the DCEU. And I want to see the DCEU live on as long as possible, man. As long as possible. And with the school children coming out for vacation, man, they're going to just kind of influx the cinemas to see everything they can see. And I was seeing little kids laughing. I'm like, what? Little kids, like 3, 4 years old, 2, 3 years old. They laughing, you know, because I guess everybody's laughing. So they're laughing too. I don't know. But it was funny to see people and their families come in there and they having a good time. It's a good time movie, man. The only funny thing is people always leave before they see the 2 post-credit scenes because most people don't know that they're post-credit scenes. So sometimes the Flash will be racing Superman and you see everybody turn around and they're just standing up there watching watching the screen. I'm not telling anybody anything. I don't want to spoil it for them. Let them either go their way or whatever. But it's just interesting because the average person is not following these movies like we are. Same with my theater, says Dave Ethan. Man, that's awesome, man. I just wish that more Americans would stop listening to buzz all around them that's negative and actually think for themselves. If you made up your mind to go see Justice League, just go see it, you know. But that's the way how we are as human beings. We are influenced by other people. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. All I'm saying is Wonder Woman versus Superman or Flash versus Superman should be more epic. That should have been their Hulk versus Thor moment. I still think Superman should have won. Hulk versus Thor moment. Are you serious, brother? Please don't mention Thor Ragnarok in this. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. It's just my thing is oh man. All right. I don't want to sound like a Marvel hater, but I had a bad experience with Thor Ragnarok. So when you say Hulk versus Thor moment, you're really making it worse for yourself. Let's just put it that way, buddy. I don't mean to be, but it's just Hulk versus Thor moment just does not ring like that's like saying, hey man, Superman should have faced Wonder Woman like, you know, what SpongeBob faces Short Pants. You know what I'm saying? Square Pants. SpongeBob faces Square Pants. You know, it I mean, it's back after all. Who is that? Superman? Dude, you gotta be out of your mind. Superman ran that show. Everybody loves this thing because Superman stole the film. Superman is the thing. Superman is the dude. It's supposed to be that way. He's the beacon of hope. He leads the team. Right? And that's why at the end of the thing, Bruce Wayne says, now she's glad. She's glad I brought back Superman, in other words. Pretty funny. You know, you guys don't understand. This is as realistic as it gets. Superman's very, very powerful. And Batman is the least powerful of them all. But that's not all. Batman has a mindset which is very strong and he's tactical. So to me, they kept true to the genre, man. They kept true to the comic books. I don't know what your problem is. You cannot. First of all, Hulk versus Thor. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Hulk versus Thor. Thor's supposed to kick Hulk's ass because Thor has been fighting for his entire life. He's supposed to beat the Hulk. You know why? The Hulk, he ain't got much of a brain. Everything for the Hulk is just sheer power. It's like Doomsday. If you were tactical, you can beat Doomsday's ass. You might not kill him, but you can beat his ass. So seeing Thor go head to head with the Hulk was the dumbest thing in the world. It's like I think about it. I'm like, why would he do that? You have years and years of fighting. You just gonna go head to head with the Hulk, right? That's an asinine thing to do. And then I never felt like there was stakes in that fight. So you telling me that Thor versus the Hulk is a great moment is like, don't do it, man. Just don't do it, dude. Just don't do it. Don't be comparing Marvel. First of all, Marvel doesn't have those kinds of superpower beings, at least as ubiquitously in their movies so far, as we've had with these characters. That's the first thing, right? It's so much more epic, okay? And then second of all, you know, the Hulk versus Thor to me it was dumb. I'm just saying it was stupid. It's like, what was going to be okay? What would have been the Hulk's tactical advantage over Thor? That he can stay the duration. Furthermore, the Hulk, you can't have the Hulk in an arena. How are you gonna control the Hulk? If the Hulk decides to tear through the arena and attack the fans, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna stop him? You can't shock him. You can't stop him. He just get more angry. So I mean, it's just my personal opinion. It's kind of dumb, but that's me, you know, because the movie was a straight up comedy, so it didn't really matter. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, it was his big comeback after all. Vega Thorn. Star Wars could be a problem for Justice League at the box. Oh, it definitely will be dominating the box office, if that's what you're saying. Even though I like both movies, of course it's gonna dominate the box office. But Justice League can keep on trekking on if it needs to. You saw what Wonder Woman did this year. It just needs good word of mouth, and it can stay in the box office. Look, right now, isn't Thor Ragnarok in the box office doing its thing, and Justice League is there? So, I mean, Justice League will do what it needs to do, depending on word of mouth. And I think this movie is a repeatable viewing kind of movie. Well, at least it was for me. I don't know about everybody else. I may be just talking from my opinion. Maybe other people saw it once and it was like, I don't need to see that movie again. Maybe. I don't know. But for me, it was repeatable viewings because I got something every time I went to see it, different perspective. And one of the things I noticed was if you listen to how the mother box works, and then when the boom tube comes down, that sound that mother box makes is actually the same sound I heard the parademon make in the beginning of the movie, and then it exploded. And I'm thinking somehow that parademon is connected to the mother box. I thought it was really cool how Zack Snyder did that. And even when the parademons are moving around, they make a certain sound, which is very interesting as well. And then, of course, another thing I noticed in the movie was that Bruce Wayne, or Batman, should I say, at first he had a certain sound that was emitting from his intercom device with Alfred, and it seemed as though the parademons, they get attracted to that. And that's what he learned later on in the film. And he used that to pull all the parademons towards his car, which I thought was really cool. Could be a problem for Justice League at the box office, even though I like both movies. Yes, we just talked about that. With enough prep time, the Nerd Man, I meant Hulk versus Thor in the Avengers. I hate Thor Ragnarok. Oh, dude, I don't know why I really hate Thor Ragnarok. And I'm really trying to figure out in my mind how I could like it. I mean, I watched it and I understood the virtue in it. There's some good virtue in it. Don't get it twisted. But I hated Thor Ragnarok. I mean, I hated it with a passion. Just the way I began and everything. It was like, geez, man, you serious? People like this stuff? You know, but I know it's just my opinion. And, you know, but I really hated Thor. I don't know how to explain this to people. I hated that movie. Like, I don't want to ever hear about that movie again. I don't want to see it again. And that's so bad because Waititi, you know, if he would have heard me saying that, but it's not affecting its sales at the box office, so I can say that. I hate it with a passion. It's just whatever, it is what it is. Joe and Lewis, I really hated how it's not Thor Ragnarok. It should have been Thor, son of Asgard. Probably, because Ragnarok, man, the Ragnarok part of it was stupid, in my opinion, but it is what it is. So, yeah, I meant Hulk versus Thor in the Avengers. Did you see what the Hulk did to Loki? Did you see what the Hulk was doing to Thor? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to say, man. I mean, they did zap Thor in the fight, so that's how the Hulk was able to come down on him. But at the end of the day, man, and then Thor wakes up and the Hulk's there, and they don't fight. They just chill. I mean, it's stupid. I mean, I don't know. Look, man, I don't know, man. Yeah, look. It's like maybe people like that. I don't know. Maybe they like fans. I like superheroes that are realistic, that they take seriously. Okay, and I give that the performance by the actor who played the Hulk was a good performance, because I never know it was him playing the Hulk, talking and stuff. I never thought it was him. It was a good performance, don't get me wrong. But I personally think of the Hulk as a heaping, fiery bunch of rage. Like the freaking Hulk, he's just pure rage. Like how freaking Doomsday was behaving in BVS. He's freaking rage. He's just a freaking Hulk in rage. That's what I think of the Hulk. And he just gets more and more angry and gets stronger every time he gets more angry. Like he's got anger management issues. That's what I think of the Hulk as. The stakes in the Hulk, even the Planet Hulk, when the woman died and stuff. The stakes in the Hulk thing is crazy, man. Even the big old 70s Hulk with David Banner they used to have on TV. He reminds me more of the Hulk than the Hulk is being in these movies, quite frankly. Hulk he's not about jokes, man. They're not supposed to have jokes around the Hulk. The Hulk is like he's scary, but yet he has this softer side. That's how I see the Hulk. That's my perception. It's just my opinion, so don't even feel about it. But I just think that the MCU doesn't take these characters seriously. The only one they take seriously in the entire MCU is Captain America. That's why I can still watch a Captain America film. But the last Captain America film, I didn't dig it, man. Civil War, in terms of plot, it was all over the place. And it was superficial, man. But I like Captain America. He holds the thing together, in my personal opinion. MCU had dimmed down Thor. Man, they really dimmed down Thor, man. They dimmed that dude down heavy, man. Vegathorn. I mean, I enjoyed both the MCU and DCU. No war, nothing. Love all comic book movies, faults and all. That's cool. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that, bro. Love the Guardians of the Galaxy this year, though. I had a laugh. I really was laughing my butt off. It was good, but shoot. Don't tell me about Thor Ragnarok, man. You give me a headache right there. I mean, but other than that, I'm cool. I'm cool with both. I'm just saying that when it comes to Superman, I thought they did him right in this movie. Hope springs eternal. Return of Superman. I thought it was awesome. I agree. Captain America was the best set of the movies. His stories were more serious, and it took itself seriously, except Civil War. It was more Avengers than a Captain America movie. Yes, exactly. Civil War was more Avengers. I mean, it was a Captain America storyline, but it in my opinion, everything else just didn't make no sense. You try to put it together and just don't put together, in my opinion. It's an overhyped movie, but it is what it is. That's my opinion. I don't want to start a war now. But MCU, man, they appeal to the average person, and they're used to them, and they know the characters well, so they're doing well. I'm not mad at them. You know what I'm saying? But the DC is what I really prefer and what I like, because I like how the comic book characters are taken seriously. And there's not a whole set of hee-hee-ha. This movie wasn't a hee-hee-ha movie, so I'm cool with that. I don't laugh much. I like to watch movies and not laugh, unless the movie really provokes me to laugh and it's really funny. Then I'll really laugh. Otherwise, I'm not going to laugh through a movie. I'm not just going to a movie to laugh. Winter Soldier felt like a cool spy movie. Loved Winter Soldier was good, but my favorite is actually Captain America: The First Avenger. I love the theatrics. I love the period film. I love everything about that movie. I can watch that movie over and over again. I can put it on loop and watch it. It's a good movie to me. Winter Soldier wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. But my favorite Captain America movie is the very first one. Yeah. All right, guys, man, I gotta go. It's nice speaking to all of you today. Let me just shout out to all of you: Vega Thorn, Joan Lewis, Zill Nation. Who else we got here? With enough prep time, the Nerd Man. So glad you guys are passionate about this movie as well. Passionate about movies. Dave Ethan. Who else we got here? Yep, I think I covered everybody. If I left out your name, just let me know. Yeah. It was nice, man. Captain Chirp, Oli JL, all you guys, man. Have a good night. I should be in my bed sleeping right now, so I'm going to try and make that happen because I'm gathering some gas and I don't want to have more problems. You guys have a great one now. Peace to you.